Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm basically just going to be giving you a tutorial on how I created this backdrop right here. It was pretty simple. I'd say the hardest thing was this neon sign right here, but even still it didn't take much time, didn't take much equipment, and if I can do it, anyone can pretty much do it. So without further ado, I will jump straight into the tutorial. Okay, so we're going to begin with the backlighting. I'm going to be sticking my lights to the back of my headboard that attaches to my bed. That way the light bounces off the wall, giving that backlit effect. You can attach your lighting to the back of pretty much anything, like a sofa, desk, or even your TV. Just make sure the lighting is facing the wall. What I'm using for lighting is a 2-meter LED strip that I bought off of Amazon. I'll be sure to pop the link in the description for you all. The good thing about these strips is they come with a remote so that you can change the colour, adjust the brightness, as well as what effect the lighting has. It also comes with an adhesive on the back so that it makes it really easy to just pull the strip off and attach it to whatever you choose. As I'm glamorously instructing here, I'm going to attach the lights around the back of the headboard. Be sure to measure the item that you plan to stick the light into so that you know the exact length that you'll need. I should also note that usually to bend the strip around corners you do need connectors, but I forgot these, so as you'll see I basically warp the lights to fit the headboard. So once you've plugged your lights in, you usually should just be able to use the remote, press on, and here we go. Woo! I don't know why, but the lights all of a sudden made my camera go out of focus, but as you can see me demonstrate here, you can change the colours, change the speed, what the lights are flickering like, how the lights flicker. It's really cool and really inexpensive. I really like these lights. Moving on to the more complicated part of this tutorial, the neon sign. Here I'll list all the supplies you'll be needing, as well as linking everything in the description below. So the first thing you'll be needing is the flexible neon LED wire. Second, you'll need either foam board or some type of backing for the wire to attach to. I chose a piece of A4 as my sizing, but you can choose any size that you like. Either a printer or a screen you can trace over, pen, some type of thread or string, scissors, tape, and a glue gun or strong glue. So here I'm going to create a template of my chosen design. I'm tracing off of a screen, but if you have a printer, just print the design because it'll make it much easier. I actually got the idea of how to make this neon sign from the Sorry Girls, so I'll be sure to link their video below as they show you a more in-depth version of this method, while I've gone for a more basic version because, well, I'm basic. Try to choose a simple design, that way you won't need a lot of neon wiring. Also, just a quick tip, as you saw with the letters, I kind of did just freehand it. I learnt later on that it wasn't all measured up properly, so when it comes to straight lines, use a ruler. Don't be like me and just rebel against the things that are trying to help you, Hannah. So first thing I'm going to do is attach the template to the foam board, making sure it's secure and doesn't move out of place. I'm then going to mark on the template where the wire will thread in and out. I haven't marked the circle as I'll be focusing on that once I've finished with the lettering. I'm then just going to poke holes where every single X is. I just so happen to have this tool that like stabs holes in belts or whatever, but you can use scissors. Just obviously be careful not to break the board, but obviously make sure the holes are big enough that the wire fits through. Next, I'm going to take the string and thread it through the holes. I'll then match it up with the wire to check that I have enough length. I did a template before I ordered the wire, therefore saving time, but I'm just doing it again. A, to show you, and B, to make sure it's definitely the right length. So once you've removed the thread and measured it against your wire, it's now the fun part. It's time to start threading the actual wire. And there's no trick to this, you just follow in the same way you did with the string. Okay, so this is where it got quite tricky for me. Basically, if you have no circles in your design, then you can completely skip this step, but if you do have a circle, this is how I did it. I did consider using wire, but then I kind of like when things look like they've been done by a toddler, so I was like, I'm gonna try and basically freehand it. So I stuck my template back over and started stabbing holes where each kind of side of the circle was, if that makes sense, because I was going to line it up, but as you can see here I then changed my mind and I go to each side. Basically what I do is stab 2 holes in each side of the circle, that way I can kind of do like quarters of the circle, if that makes sense. I'll show you, it'll make sense when you see it. This was just my way of doing it, there's probably a lot easier ways to do it, but just like to give myself a challenge, you know? And same again, like we did with the letters, I am just going to thread in and out of each hole until we have a kind of demented circle. Okay, I know this looks super weird and like it's not going to work, but trust me, this is now where the glue comes in. So I'm basically just with a pencil, just going to lightly sketch where the wire is going to sit to make the circle, and then just put glue on there and stick the wire down. Trust me, it'll all come together at the end. Everything looks ugly until it's finished. Just trust the process. And ta-da! See, it looks a little wonky, but I kind of like it. So now I'm just going to go and clean up the glue that's kind of stuck on the edges, and I'll be right back. So I decided that I want to actually cut out the circle. So what I'm doing is just taping the wire down at the back just so I don't accidentally cut it. And then yeah, doing exactly what I said. Cutting the circle out. It's gonna look great. Everything's going really well, and I'm waiting for something to go wrong. So now that the neon sign is complete, it is time to stick it onto the wall. So just make sure that you obviously decide your placement, just stick it anywhere, make sure it's obviously the right way up, all that jazz. So what I'm actually going to use to stick it onto the wall are these command strips. These are special ones, they are Velcro, so it basically means I can take it on and off the wall if obviously I need to like change the batteries or whatever. And I'm literally just going to stick it right on the back. So you pull the seal off and just push it on, and then you take the second seal off, which is on the strip facing outwards, and yeah, you just press it onto the wall, hold it for about 30 seconds I usually hold it for, Then for the battery pack, I do the exactly same thing with the exact same strip. I just place it on the back of the battery pack, push the battery pack onto the wall for 30 seconds, and then with any wire that was hanging out, I just tucked it up behind the actual sign. And voila, it is ready to use. Now let's move on to the final step, ladies and gents. We made it. So to finish off the wall, I'm literally just going to be covering it in photos. I basically printed out a bunch of photos in like a Polaroid style, and I'm just going to be popping them all around the neon sign wherever I fancy. To just kind of finish it off and just kind of frame everything, as it were. I say that as if I know what I'm talking about. I don't. But yeah, so this is just going to be a quick time lapse of me putting up photos. Enjoy, and I will show you the finished look when we're done. Hey guys, I'm just jumping on basically to say that this project actually ended up giving me a really bad headache afterwards. Like, I'm guessing I was just staring at the lights too long, so today has been spent in bed editing. But not just that, last night all my photos kind of fell down, but the light's still working. See, that's still working. But yeah, basically because I used tape rather than blue tack, which I've ordered some more blue tack, I just didn't have any at the time. All the photos started falling down one by one, and in the middle of the night it scared the shit out of me. But it's fine, the photos will all go back up. You'll see in my next video that I have a wonderful backdrop now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it the good old thumbs up, and if you fancy it, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Ladies and gentlemen.